Right guys, before the video starts, leave a like if you enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I make. Also leave a comment telling me you do, I'll get back to you. Aye, Cayo Perico thing, yeah, you get me? Only kidding, we're on the party island with Mr. El Rubio himself.
You just signed your fucking death warrant.
The heist is accessed through purchase of the Cassacra on Warstock. As you can see, it's a thing of beauty, but we mustn't forget it's led by the legend by the name of Pavel.
Ah, Capitan!
Paying for the heist will set you back a measly 25k. On the other hand, you're rewarded a whopping 4.57 million, which is technically impossible to get, so I don't know why they set the amount that high, but it is what it is I guess, thanks Rockstar. Well, I say it's technically impossible, but nah, it's just my shit luck, because I've never had the Panther before, and I'm just really salty about it, so allow me. Well, speaking of Panthers, the way that you can get this 4.57 bloody million is by collecting a series of primary and secondary targets. The primary targets consist of tequila worth 900k, a ruby necklace worth 1 million, bearer bonds worth 1.1 million, a pink diamond worth 1.3 million, and a panther statue worth 1.9 million. The secondary targets consist of gold, which is the most valuable at 332k. However, it cannot be obtained solo and is only acquirable inside of the compound, with paintings which come to 189k. Cocaine is only found outside of the compound along with the weed. Cocaine comes to about 220k. Weed comes to 147k, and cash can be found inside and outside of the compound, and it's technically the worst coming to 85k. So here you can see the map of the compound, and I'm here marking all the places where you can find the gold, cash and the paintings. In the office as well you can also find a painting if you're doing it solo. Other than that, these points are for when you're doing it multiplayer only. So we're now at the main dock. Let's say you've exited the compound and you made your way over here. I'll tell you how to get over there later. So here we are, points to the places where you can find the weed and the cocaine and the cash. I would highly recommend picking cocaine. Here we can see a young royal boat traversing and scaling up Mount Everest to reach a stupid communication tower. On a real note though, this is mandatory in all the scouting missions. What you need to do, you need to make your way to this tower, you need to hack into the box. The box can either be found on the ground floor, the middle or the very top of the tower. I got lucky, I got on the bottom, and you need to complete the hack and tap into the security feed system. Right, now that you've used the sightseer app to tap into the security feed system within the compound, I'm going to tell you this. Be efficient, don't go dawdling around, go straight to the basement and find what you're looking for. For example, here I got the ruby necklace. The reason why I say not to dawdle around is because this mission is a ball ache, and there's just so many things wrong with it. From the bushes to the guards, it is just complete and you want to get out of it as fast as you can. There's no point looking at inside the buildings because you know what's already in them as well, the gold and the paintings. So from the communications tower, you're going to want to make your way down to this location on the map, because we're going to be looking at the drainage sewer. All you need to do is dive straight down. You don't need to take a picture of it because it's impossible to do that. Just swim straight down and it will log it for you so that you've discovered it. You'll need a blowtorch to get through here, which is why in one of the setups we'll be going for a blowtorch. This of course is going to be our infiltration point to the compound, which says it's going through the entire island. After this, there should be a boat as soon as you resurface. What you want to do, you want to hop in this boat and head west around the island and go up to the main docks. Now that we're here, you want to take a picture of the docks because this will be your exfiltration point. If you're doing it solo, you'll swim up here from the compound and you'll be collecting the secondary targets and taking off in the boat. However, if you're doing it in a group of 2 or more people, you won't even visit here as you'll be doing the swimming glitch away from the compound. After you've done that, you want to make your way back up to the airport, just beach on the beach here and go up the road and head back to the plane, go back to Los Santos. It saves you having to walk through the island again. Right, so we're back in the Cassacra after doing the scouting mission, and we're going to do the pro missions now. So for the approach vehicles, you want to pick the Cassacra. For the equipment, you want to pick the plasma cutter, the fingerprint cloner, and the cutting torch. Cutting torch is essential, do that one first. And for the weapon loadout, you can pick whichever one. I went with aggressor as I always do. Here's just a little tip. If you have the setup, for example, this Cassacra one requires me to go all the way across the map. I personally don't want to go over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast travel using the Cassacra, and it cost me 2k. That's dirt cheap considering the time. Despite it being the longest setup to do, it's still pretty easy. All you need to do is shoot up some guys, nick a solar jammer, and then deliver it back to the Kasatka. Right, now we're doing the cutting torch first. It's important that you do this one as the equipment first, otherwise you'll be forced to collect demolition charges. This one's easy enough. You visit a construction site, you nick a cutting torch, and you dip. That's it. Make sure you deliver it back to the Kasatka. That's all you need to do. Right, so this was another easy mission. This is me picking up the guns. All you need to do is enter the office, shoot some people up, do a hack, and nick the guns. You're gone. That's it. So here we get in the plasma cutter. This was easy enough. All we had to do was break into the office, take a picture of the planning board, send it to Pavel, go to Del Perro, shoot up some guys, and nick the plasma cutter and deliver it back. So here was the last setup they have to do. This is the fingerprint cloner. All we had to do was shoot up a couple of guys, do a hack, find the fingerprint cloner, and then deliver it back again. That grenade kill though, jeez, 400 IQ in that, come on. Overall, these setups took me 24 minutes to complete.
No! God, please, no! No!
Now that we're doing the selections, your approach vehicle, you want to set that to the Kasatka, your infiltration point, the drainage tunnel, your compound entry point, the drainage tunnel, your escape point, the main dock. Time of day, I'd recommend night, and when it comes to weapons, I would highly recommend using suppressors. You would also be setting cuts if you're doing this 2 to 4 players. This applies to both single and 2 to 4. So now that we're in the heist, you want to swim up to the drainage tunnel, you want to cut through the grate using the cutting torch, and you want to swim up the shaft until you reach the compound. Now in the compound, so follow this route, I'm going to speed it up for you. This will get you straight up to the basement and the office.
Are you in? You did not get sucked into a turbine. I knew you'd be fine. How likely is it I have 2 operations in the same way, huh? Now, we'll look for the vault. Maybe start in the central building. You're in the area where Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards operated. These men will know every soldier on...
Right, when you get to the main house, you'll see El Rubio's 3 personal bodyguards. These are the red guards here. You want to take each and every one of them out. That you're in the office, the first thing that you want to do is go to the safe and loot it. This is really important, but it is quite easy to forget. From the safe you'll get around 50 to 100k. I got quite lucky and got 98k. Really good take there from the safe. Now that you've got the safe, you want to go over and do the hack. This bit's really easy. All you need to do is you have a puzzle full of fingerprints and you just need to switch them until you get the correct fingerprint, and then you scan it and move on. I'm used to this, so I do it quite fast. Once you complete the hack, you want to enter the basement. You're doing this heist solo, you're obviously only going to need to get the primary target, which is why I go straight for the ruby necklace. Here you have to break through a door. If I did the demolition charges, which would have been an extra setup, I would have used them here. But because I've already got the cutting torch, it's multi-purpose and I got through quicker. When using the plasma cutter, the quickest way to get through the casing is to completely hold the right trigger until you're about to overheat, then you let go, let it drop all the way to the bottom, and let it go back up again. You repeat this about 3 or 4 times, and it should take you about 10 to 15 seconds if done correctly. I'll turn straight back around and leave the basement and the office the exact same way you came in. Right, now that we're out, you want to run back over the balcony instead of walking up the stairs, because there is a juggernaut that comes if you don't time it well. This is the same place where we killed the red guard. You want to run up to here so you can get back to the main gate. You will have to kill 2 guards.
If you see anything you like on the way out, do not be shy. Help yourself.
Press right on the D-pad and leave the compound. Right, now that we're at the compound, you want to run straight over to this location so we can get to the main dock. We're going to swim there. Don't bother killing any guards. Now that you're down here, you want to follow this coast round. I'd recommend swimming, but you can also run on some parts as well to speed it up. So we're obviously going to be going from here up to the main dock. This is the route that we're going to take. However, when you are passing this part, you do want to be wary of this guard tower, which is why you should swim out a little bit. To avoid detection, I'd recommend going under the water, as it speeds you up as well. Once you get to this point, you want to make your way up onto the coast here. You don't want to be in detection of the guard here, however you will take out this guard, right here. We take him out because we need to escape on the boat later, and he will detect us if we don't do so. After that, you want to make your way around this small little area, taking out all of the personnel. This is so you can leave without detection and so you can get around and take the secondary targets without detection as well. Here's the first one, right here. Easy, the camera will not spot this one. To show you how it worked, I ran through so I can get all the kills. When you're running past this bit, be sure to cut behind the camera and go through that gap, otherwise you will get spotted. I took out this guy here, and I went over to the docks to take out the guys who were guarding the boat. Right, now we're going to head up inland a little bit to get to this next locker, which is where the other secondary objectives are. You will have to kill one guy here though. And obviously to enter the lockups I'm using the cutting torch. Here we had cash. I very stupidly took it first for some reason, which meant I didn't have enough space for the weed and the cocaine, which was in the next locker. I'll show you that clip now. Obviously snuck back in past the security camera here, and we burnt through this lock as well. Here, I luckily managed to scrape a full bag of cocaine, but unfortunately I didn't get the marijuana. After this, you want to make your way over to the boat, which you cleared out earlier, and just sail off. You obviously want to drive out until the screen fades to black, and you completed the Cayo Perico heist. This has been the solo method. Obviously we got 100% cut of the take. We also completed the elite challenge. We did it in under 15 minutes. We failed 0 hacks and we got 4 loot bags. That's how you do it properly. We're on the 2 to 4 method of the heist. I'm doing this with J4RH as a 2. You want to do the same thing and cut for the grate. Right. So now that we're in the compound, you want to follow roughly the same solo route, but at the same time you want to get the first key card. You'll find this on a guard, and you want to get the gate keys. You'll also find this on one of the guards. They drop randomly, but make sure you get them before you approach the main building. As I was making my way to the main building, I managed to pick up the gate keys from this guard. What these gate keys allow me to do is open the gate, which is just down here. And this will enable me to get to the basement straight away. It saves me having to do the hack and go down the elevator. However, you still want your teammate to go up into the office to loot the safe and to get the other key card. You get through this gate here, you don't actually need the key, but you need to do a hack. Don't worry though, this hack is only 1 fingerprint long. It's really fast. I got this done in a matter of seconds here. Obviously you want to run to the back to get the primary target. You're going to use the cutting torch to get through again. This can be used obviously, you obviously clearly don't need to use the demolition charges. Right, remember, when the primary target is in the glass casing and you're forced to use the plasma cutter, what you need to do is hold down the right trigger until you're about to overheat, then let it drop all the way back to the bottom and back up to the top again. This will obviously take about 10 seconds like we did earlier in the solo heist. Same thing. So while I've been doing this, the teammate should have the other key card. We got it just after this. What you want to do, you want to hit up each of the secondary target locations to pick up your loot and fill your loot bags. Now that your bags are full, you want to make your way back up to the main compound entrance, take out the guard who walks and take out the guard who stands by the car. I'm kidding you not, when I messed this up my heart sank. I was like, oh my god. But luckily, obviously your teammate's there to help you in the end of the day, and that worked perfectly. So that was definitely planned. So obviously now that you killed a couple of guards, you want to exit the compound. Now that you're out, you want to turn left and run straight left down south. I'll show you where you need to run on the screen now. You want to follow the yellow line here, and you shouldn't need to kill any guards. Once you reach this point, you simply want to jump into the water and start swimming off. Swim in a straight line straight south. That's the quickest way to get gone. The quickest way to swim out is to swim just under the waves. You don't want to go too deep because the pressure will slow you down. So here we both swam out about this far. It took us about a minute and a half. And when the screen begins to fade black, that means you completed the heist. Well done. That's the proper way of doing it. So we passed the heist really easily, got platinum. We got 2.105 mil. I personally got 30% of the cut. We got the elite challenge, 10 minutes 48, failed 0 hacks. We got 4 loot bags. That is easy. That is so simple. Right, here's the solo breakdown for the heist. Here's the 2 to 4 player breakdown for the heist as well. Here's the solo heist method. And here's the 2 to 4 player heist method. Right then, while I go on, and bloody hell, I'll tell you what, it's hard to force such a formal accent on your voice, I swear down. No, but seriously, thanks for watching the full way through, guys. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Obviously, like if you enjoyed the video or if it helped you, and drop a sub if you want to, if you like the content that I make. Have a good day, guys. Safe.